Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed on the Nasdaq stock market. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining me this Wednesday afternoon, we have Ryan McCormack, factor and core equity strategist at Invesco, to discuss Nasdaq-100 weekly performance and which sectors are contributing to that. Ryan, it's great to see you as always. Let's pull up your first chart here. Today, we're looking at QQQM versus SPY for the past week.
Yeah, so I brought up QQQM. I know last week we talked about what we're calling the little sibling QQQJ. QQQM was also launched on the same date back on October 13th of last year, and also tracks the Nasdaq-100, but is in your traditional ETF wrapper. And what you can see is QQQM and also QQQ was up 0.64% for the week versus the S&P up 0.59% and value up 0.8%. I think as we look year to date, QQQ and QQQM have built up a pretty healthy lead. They've returned 6.94% versus the S&P 500 up 4.89%, and S&P 500 value up 4.7%. Today, not so much the case, right? I think we're seeing stocks down across the board, and QQQM specifically underperforming SPY on inflation fears. And we're seeing stocks taking a little bit of a breather after the PPI data that came out this morning. Showed that it was up 1.3% month over month for January. That was versus 0.3% in December and versus expectations of 0.4%. On the backs of that, you saw the 10-year climb to 1.33% at the high. It's since retreated off of that level as of about 30 minutes ago, which is the highest levels that we've seen since February. So taking a little bit of a breather in the equity markets today.
And what sectors are contributing to the performance?
Yeah, well, I think when you look over the past week, QQQ and QQQM were aided by technology and communication services overweights. But, as demonstrated by the weekly performance showing S&P 500 value beating the broader index and QQQ, it's no surprise given that energy and financials were the two best performing sectors for the week. So, certainly lends itself to that value outperformance. And, given that the Nasdaq 100 does not have exposure to these two sectors, obviously that did not help relative performance.
All right, Ryan, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.